Okay, this is Robert with Mr. Sewer conducting a sewer line inspection for 1519 Vista Ln, City of Pasadena. We are currently using a 3-inch ABS cleanout that's located on the north side of the property on the wall. You pushed about 137 feet from here, from the cleanout all the way to almost the city sewer. I marked this location right now. This is the furthest I'm able to push the camera through, and we're about a foot away from the city. We're using this cleanout here. This is the only cleanout I'm able to see on the property. Pushed 137 feet from here all the way to almost the city sewer. I located where this is the furthest I'm able to push with the camera, and we're at least like a foot away from the city, which is right at the middle of the street.
Okay.
And as a homeowner, you're responsible all the way up to this point of the sewer line. So right now we're in a 4-inch cast iron pipe. And right now we're traveling under the street, flowing back towards here. And this is a very old cast iron pipe. Appears to be original when the house was built. And the way I could tell this is a really old pipe, there's a lot of rust buildup onto this pipe here. And with the brand new cast iron pipe, you wouldn't see that. Only in older cast iron pipes. It causes a lot of like deformity into the pipe. And I could also tell that this pipe has been causing backups in the past. And the reason I could tell, there's a lot of paper getting stuck on this pipe.
Okay.
So almost like like cholesterol does to your blood, it makes your blood vessels really thinner. That's what the rust is doing with the pipe.
Okay.
And since the pipe is really rusted, and it's got like this rough texture to the pipe, it's going to grab onto that paper. And over time, the more paper you flush, the more it's going to accumulate in that area, and it's going to cause a backup. To me, this pipe here looks like at the end of its service life. So right now we're traveling on the property now, and we're at 100 feet now. And per code, you need a cleanout every 100 feet.
Okay.
So here is your only cleanout that you have. At 100 feet puts us right at the driveway, right before the sidewalk. And I'm recommend putting the cleanout there. Okay. So this is all original sewer lines from here all the way to the city sewer. It's all throughout the whole line. It's like the same condition. It's got a lot of rust buildup, a lot of deformity. You can see signs of toilet paper getting stuck on this pipe. See the white right there? That's all toilet paper.
So the entire sewer line is
Original. There's some parts under the home that's ABS, but it's a really short section. And you'll be able to tell the difference.
And based on how the line is placed, like if they were to replace the sewer line today, don't they have to break the concrete in the driveway, or is it where the land?
So right now, the way that the sewer travels, it travels on the driveway. So we would have to break up the driveway.
And then when you guys provide a quote, do you provide a quote for just replacing the sewer, or do you?
Okay, so there's several options you could do here. First recommendation would be to put a cleanout. That's the very first recommendation. After the cleanout is installed, you could do what's called descaling. And descaling, it basically is a machine that goes in there with chains, and it basically removes all the rust inside the pipe. And it'll kind of bring it back to its original form. It'll smoothen out the pipe, but the problem with rust buildup, these are layers in that pipe. So once you remove all these layers, we're going to start encountering like cracks hidden in those layers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Another question,
Yes, sir.
if you go through a descaling, is there a process where they relined it?
You could reline the system, but you still have to open it up somewhere in the driveway. You need some kind of opening. Exactly. To reline it. Yeah.
After
Yeah.
descale it, there's new methods.
Exactly. For this here,
line it.
this is a perfect candidate for lining.
Because it's just rusted, it
It
doesn't
just-
have cracks. Or
Well, right now, because it's so,
you can't tell.
I can't tell. Because the texture to it, it's really rough. So, I mean, I could easily just tell you, oh, that right there, that's a crack. But, I mean, it can't be because it's really rough, you know? Once we descale, we'll be able to see cracks exactly.
But then if you put foam.
It's like fiberglass.
Fiberglass, that should take care of most of it.
Yep.
It'll be a lot cheaper than to replace all of it.
Yeah.
So can we get 2 plates?
Sure. I'll give you, just for descaling. Descaling, it'll last you maybe, it'll give it life maybe another 1 or 2 years before you have to line it. So, I mean, it's better if you line it, but I like giving options, you know?
Yeah, we have it descaled and lined at the same time.
Exactly.
And then the other quote I want is to replace.
Replace. Okay.
Yeah.
Brand new pipe.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we're transitioning from a cast iron pipe into an ABS plastic. You see the difference? Black pipe and orange brownish color. So right now we're 14 feet from here, so we're under the home. Like I said, it was only like 14 feet that they replaced, and this is the sewer line. The sewer line is where all your showers, your tubs, your toilets, they all lead into this pipe here, and then pushes everything out to the city sewer. So I'm sure your home inspector went down there and made sure all the secondary drains were made of plastic or galvanized or cast iron pipe. And that's it. Any questions?
No.